You will die before the sun sets. The only question is whether your death will have witnesses.
Maintain the pace!
War does not begin when you see the enemy. It begins when your hands touch the shovel. You've just marched 20 kilometers under the weight of 20 kilos of iron, leather, and wood. Your feet bleed inside your sandals. Your shoulder throbs where the shield struck it all afternoon. And now you're going to dig. Because Rome does not trust courage. Rome trusts piled earth and sharpened stakes. You drive the shovel into the hard soil. The sound multiplies. 1,000 shovels, 1,000 men, 1,000 holes that must become walls before sunset. No one asks why, no one complains, because the ditch you dig today may be the reason you wake up tomorrow. Around the camp, others raise stakes. Green wood, cut in haste, sap still bleeding from it. They form an irregular wall, ugly but effective. The fortification grows as the sun drops. Every inch of earth moved is a bet on your own survival. When the last wall is up, you think you're going to rest. You're wrong. The centurion appears like a shadow made of authority. He doesn't see soldiers. He sees equipment that can fail. You present your shield. He examines every leather strap, runs his finger along the edges, looks for cracks in the wood, loosened fittings, a worn strap, punishment, a dull blade, physical discipline, torn sandals, you march barefoot tomorrow, if you survive. The gladius leaves its sheath. He studies the shine of the metal in the firelight, tests the weight, checks if the point is sharp enough to go through flesh without hesitation, because hesitation kills. He doesn't say it, but you feel it in his eyes. Your armor creaks when you move. The centurion stops, looks, presses one of the shoulder straps. This will snap on the first push. You fix it right there, with trembling fingers, with an empty stomach. Because tomorrow, when iron meets iron, that strap may be the difference between returning or becoming ashes in a mass grave. At dawn, the horn splits the silence. You rise before you're truly awake. Your body moves by reflex. You put on your armor in the dark, adjust the straps, fasten the helmet, then you step outside. Thousands of men form 3 perfect lines. You take your place, exactly 90 centimeters from the man on your right, close enough to lock shields, far enough not to slice his arm when you swing your sword. The centurion walks between the ranks, pushes shoulders, corrects posture, adjusts spacing with the precision of an architect, and you realize something. You are no longer you. You are a square of metal and leather, a cog inside a machine that swallows armies. In front of you, the hastati, young, nervous, hands sweating on their spears. Behind you, the triarii, veterans who have watched men disappear in seconds. And in the middle, you, princeps, the backbone of the legion. The helmet squeezes your head. Your peripheral vision vanishes. You see only what's directly in front of you. Sound becomes muffled, as if you were underwater. Orders turn into distant noise. You don't see the whole battle. You see 3 square meters of hell, and hope that will be enough. And then, nothing. You wait. The sun climbs. The bronze heats. Sweat runs down your face and burns your eyes. You cannot remove your helmet, cannot leave your position. All you can do is stand there, cooking inside your own armor. The enemy is out there. You hear the drums. You feel the ground shake beneath cavalry hooves, but they don't attack. Not yet. Commanders study the terrain, observe the wind, calculate angles, and you remain there, feeling the metal heat, feeling fear rise. Some men shift, small movements, transferring weight from one foot to the other. The centurion passes, looks, movements stop. Others vomit inside their helmets. You hear the wet sound, the acidic smell. No one comments, because everyone knows they could be next. You grip the gladius handle, release, grip again. Try to control your breathing, but the air is hot, dense, suffocating. The man beside you whispers something. A prayer? A curse? You don't understand the words, but you understand the tone. Enemy drums grow louder, the ground shakes harder, and you remain there, waiting, cooking, dying slowly before you can die quickly. The horn sounds, you advance. You don't run, you walk. Firm, controlled, feet striking in unison, shields aligned, spears raised, 15 meters. The centurion shouts, "Now!" 1,000 arms throw. The spears cut through the air like a metal storm. You hear the impacts, wood breaking, iron sinking into flesh, muffled screams. 10 meters. You draw your gladius. 5 meters. The world explodes. Metal against metal, shield against shield, body against body. You push with your shoulder, with with your entire weight. The enemy pushes back. There is no room for duels, no elegance. You stab, short, quick, reaching for the belly, the neck, any exposed flesh. The man beside you screams. You don't look. You can't look. Another steps forward, fills the space. The line holds, for now. But then you feel it. Something shifts. A stronger push. A different scream. The line on your left falls back half a step. Only half, but it's enough. The enemy sees it, presses. The gap opens. And suddenly you're no longer fighting forward. You're defending your side. The formation twists. Men begin to glance backward. Panic doesn't shout. It whispers. And spreads faster than fire through dry straw. Because impact doesn't kill legions. Collapse does. When the line breaks, you enter the maze. There is no front or back anymore. Only lethal angles. You turn. A blow comes from the left, from someone who should be on your side. Confusion? Betrayal? You'll never know. You block with your shield. Counter. Miss. The ground is no longer ground. It's a trap. Fallen bodies, slippery pools of blood, abandoned weapons waiting to trip you. You stumble, almost fall. Your hand touches something wet, warm. You don't look. You get up fast. Because falling means dying. The helmet limits everything. Look left, metal. Look right, chaos. Orders? Impossible. Banners? Lost in smoke and dust. Horns? You don't even know if they still sound. You fight alone among hundreds. Every movement is pure instinct. Block, thrust, step back, block again. Someone shouts your name. You turn, see a familiar face. Or was it? Covered in mud and blood. He points. You don't understand. You run toward him. The small group tries to form a circle, shields outward, a desperate square of survival. You join them, 7 men, maybe 8, all breathing as if air were running out, because it is. And around you, the maze keeps devouring. And then it stops. No trumpets, no declaration of victory. The enemy simply withdraws. Or was it you who withdrew? No one knows. Silence drops like a wall. You hear your own breathing, frighteningly loud. You hear moans, near, far, everywhere. You remove your helmet. Sunlight blinds you. Cold air burns your throat. You look around. The ground is no longer earth. It is a carpet of iron, leather, and flesh. You recognize armor. Walk to it. Turn the body. Not who you thought. You don't know if that's better or worse. Others begin to walk, searching, calling names. Some find friends alive. Most don't. The wounded scream. Ask for water. Ask for death. Medics appear with leather bags, vinegar, hot iron, dirty bandages. They choose who to save. You see a man with an arm severed, still conscious. The medics pass him by. You see another with a deep leg wound. They stop, work fast. Hot iron, the smell of burning flesh. The man faints. Lucky him. You keep walking. Look for a specific face. Your childhood friend. The one who joined the Legion the same day you did. You find his shield, but not him. You stand there, holding the shield, staring at the empty horizon, and realize he isn't missing. He's here somewhere. Under boots, under blood, under oblivion, and you will never know where. 24 hours later, you march again. The dead remain behind. Shallow pits, no names, no rights. Rome does not wait. You carry your friend's shield and yours. 20 kilos become 30. No one asks why, because everyone carries something invisible too. At night, when the camp is set, you try to sleep. You can't. Every time you close your eyes, you see the maze, hear the screams, feel the slippery ground. You wake sweating, heart racing as if still fighting. The others wake too, but no one talks about it, because Rome has no word for what you feel, no remedy, no ritual, no forgiveness. Rome has only orders: march, fight, survive, repeat. Years pass like that, battle after battle, march after march. You watch men break. They don't die, they just stop being who they were. Empty eyes, hands trembling for no reason. Sudden bursts of rage at nothing. You fear becoming one of them, or maybe you already are. When the campaign ends, you receive land, a small piece far from everything. It should be a reward. It feels like exile. You try to live as an ordinary man, but every loud sound makes you reach for a weapon that isn't there anymore. Every crowd feels like an ambush, and at night, always at night, the maze returns. Rome built an empire with men like you, and forgot that men break. Rome doesn't tell this story, but someone must. If you made it this far, you've seen what the manuals of war forget. Leave in the comments what part of this reality struck you the most. And if you want more stories that unearth what was buried, subscribe, because the past isn't dead. It just waits for someone brave enough to truly look at it.